I saw a video of nursing mother whose baby was crying in a restaurant. Some of the clients over there were screaming at the woman that she should try and shut her baby.
When you go home, right, your home, you would want a space where you have lighting in your own preference, the speed of the fan at your own preference. Everything in the room should be to your own preference.
Just feel at ease. Just feel yourself. Just do whatever you want to do. I'm not saying like go out of boundaries, but like just be in that corner, but you still feel like even though you are still in that space, you are still free.
Cleanliness is on point. Personnel are doing very well, but the space is too small. The space is congested. That's we all come there and we're packed. Like there's no breathing space. Think about a place where you feel comfortable and completely at ease. That is comfort, and that is the heart of hospitality. I am Michaela, and I'm here with.
Hell.
Yes, so today we are going to discuss the comfort experience. Let's dive right into it.
How can we design our space to feel like home, but better?
In so many instances, we have restaurants, right, that allow us to adjust the lighting. I mean, you would like when you go home, right, your home, you would want a space where you have your own lighting in your own preference, the speed of the fan at your own preference. Everything in the room should be to your own preference. So I would acknowledge, right, a space as home when it allows me to adjust the lights, the fans, the temperature to suit my personal preference. Yes, that's how I would acknowledge a space to be referred to home. And also the aesthetics of the place should match my taste. The smell and the scent of the place should match my taste. If it doesn't match my taste, I don't think I'm going to refer to that place as a home away from home. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that everyone would want to visit a place that they feel okay with,
Not
like
just okay.
just feel at ease, just feel yourself, just do whatever you want to do. I'm not saying like go out of boundaries, but like just be in that corner, but you still feel like even though you are still in that space, you are still free.
You feel very comfortable.
It's like you are in a rented apartment or a rented place, right? Even though there are rules and regulations, you are in your room. You can do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
But there are rules and regulations when you come outside. Maybe the landlord might say, don't do this, do that. But once you're in the room, no one has the right to tell you don't
Restricts
do this.
you. Yes,
You get it?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'll refer to as home. And also with that, I feel like for a space to be called home, it should be cozy and human detail. Let's say a little flowers here and there. And if you want to see a lot of that, I think you should pay a visit to Chandu Place, where you see a lot of flowers, a lot of ornaments, where we take notice and we pay attention to human cozy details. Yes. So aside that, Pearl, how do you ensure that your guests relax without you asking? They feel very
Everything
cozy without you. They having a
everything has to be in place. You get it? You're supposed to make sure everything is in place. Everything is at its place. Nothing is left out. Because I don't think, let me say, sorry to say, but it's a washroom, right? And there are supposed to be tissue papers there. Knowing very well that a guest is coming in, you should make sure that everything is in place.
provision. Exactly. That will come to you anticipating the need of the customer or the need of your client. Yes, that's very necessary as well. Going to a supermarket where there are baskets for customers to get whatever they want. When you go to the restaurants, there are tissue papers just in case you want to clean your hands. So yeah, I feel like that is very important. And also as well, there should be small rituals of welcome. Like when you step in, maybe there should be some complimentary wine or some roses. When you book a room, they should give you flowers or just a little note.
And some
That
people too, it
is,
comes with a cost. So as they are
well,
giving you that, you should expect the price of whatever services you are paying for should to actually be,
well, that's understandable, but I don't feel like everything should be attached to a cost. Or even if you it may attract an extra cost, you shouldn't make it noticeable. It should be all part of the bill, where you can
yes.
leave a very small note that will say welcome, a very nice gesture to even open the door for your customer without them asking for it. To our local restaurants, yes, our local bars and all of that. Our waitresses there too are also doing a very good job, and I think we have to applaud them for their great work as
I feel
well.
like it's not necessarily for the customer to let you know that they are ready for you to be able to approach them. Once they've taken their seat, you should at least try and approach them. And if they tell you they are not ready, that is when you can actually go back.
And excuse them, that's
Yes,
privacy, giving them their space.
yes.
Privacy
When
is
they are
also
ready,
very
some people
important.
just want to sit down and then just
Ponder, have
have a
conversations.
conversation, just have drinks. Or some people also just want to just sit down like that, just have a conversation before they dive into
Anything
anything.
else?
To our second question, what physical or emotional discomfort must we eliminate?
Usually the physical, I'll I would say it's very, very it's very, very prominent with our local traditional bars where you go there and then the music is quite
Too loud,
loud
yeah.
and it's very irritating. And sometimes too, the lighting is quite questionable. And I feel like that should be worked on. The music, yeah, I don't like as much as good music is very,
I feel like some
very
people also make it
relaxing.
in a sense to attract customers.
Well, it will attract some customers, the ones that like loud spaces. But for someone like me who is an indoor person who prefer something very subtle and cozy, I don't think that is going to work for me. So they should consider the good sides and the bad sides of it. Maybe you can tame it down a bit so it suits everyone, right? So
Yeah.
it can attract the kind of audience you want. And also accessibility. I think everything in relation to the service provision in the space should be accessible to both the abled and the disabled. Where in some homes, some restaurants, some hotels, and then the hospitals, as well as our supermarkets, we have slopes that we can help use for the disabled to get in, not forgetting the elevators and all of that. And I feel like that's also a very good one because they won't feel left in, and in their course of coming in, they are not going to have any major problems. So if I come to a space and the space is not clean enough to meet my preference, I doubt you are going to see me again.
So with the previous point you made about the place being to the person's preference, or the person being comfortable at a particular space, I quite remember I was going through TikTok and I saw a video of a nursing mother whose baby was crying in a restaurant. So I think some of the clients over there were screaming at the woman that she should try and shut her baby. And that is like a normal thing. A baby is a natural thing for a baby to cry. You can't say that the woman should leave the restaurant so that you would have,
Well,
your peace
true.
of mind or anything. Yes, everyone is there to have their peace of mind, but it doesn't mean because she's a woman and she has a baby, that is why you would want to, drive her away. She's also a customer. She's there to pay. She's not begging you to, pay for her food or anything like that. So you can just try and be like, oh, madam, please, can you just find a solution for your baby?
Or
Or
step out
even
at
if
least.
even if the service personnel would find an appropriate place
Space.
for the nursing mother to actually go, and then if it's to clean the baby or whatever she has to do to the baby, she will do it there, and then
That's true.
let everyone in the restaurant or wherever it is to have their peace of mind. Because I felt like it was very, very embarrassing for the woman. She had to record it and post it on social media
And
platforms.
I don't think she's going to ever step foot there again because after all, she's paying for the service, like you said.
Exactly.
Even the manager or any of the waitresses or personnel at hand should have even stepped in for her to plead or speak on her behalf. That would have been nicer, but I don't think that was taken care of. I was saying, some restaurants, right? Their spaces are very tight, not just restaurants, some supermarkets and what so have you. Your services are very good. Everything is on point, cleanliness is on point, personnel are doing very well, but the space is too small. The space is congested. That's we all come there and we're packed. Like there's no breathing space. You see. So I feel like with those restaurants and those spaces, they should work on improving the spaces, maybe getting a bigger space to accumulate everyone so no one will feel discomfort in the course of service being provided to them. Yeah. It also boils down to saloons and all of that. Yes, sometimes the spaces are too small, like those salons that provide very good services.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the spaces are too small to accommodate everyone. So some of us will have to sit outside
Yeah.
until they are done providing services for those inside before you can go inside and get your hair done or your nails done. It should be worked on. I mean, the spaces should be expanded and everyone will feel at ease and comfortable. Else, you are losing some of your customers. Sorry.
Also, I feel like those small restaurants, some of them do not actually do, you sitting in and eating. You just come, grab your food, and then you just leave instantly, knowing very well that they know that their space isn't really, huge for people to come, sit down, and then grab something to eat. They prefer you come in, you grab your food, then you go
And you eat.
for it.
But as much as you know people won't strip in and sit and eat, at least your space should be big enough to accommodate everyone because you know that your food sells fast or the service you are providing it moves. So
Also, it's due to the finances.
finances, like I said, your service is good, your products are selling. So as much as your products are selling, I mean, you pay for like Accra with the prices are high, very understandable. You pay for lighting, you pay for electricity, you pay for water bills. At least there is something left to fund for space. So I think that should also be considered.
Once again, we've come to the end of the podcast show, and I would urge you all to come to Jindu Place. This is where we are hosting our podcast show. So if you would want to pass by, or you would want to host your podcast show, or even have your conferences or meeting, we have a big screen for football games, movie nights, karaoke. We have a bar as well, even an eatery, as you see displayed on our table. You can pass by, grab a food, and just have a wonderful day. We are located at East Legon, Adringano Road. You can actually follow the Google map and it will bring you right here. So soon, we've come to the end of the show, and I'll urge you all to follow us on our social media platforms at the host table underscore on all social media platforms, and on YouTube as well at Jindu Studios.
Don't forget to subscribe as well. And thank you so much for watching. Always leave a comment because remember, your comment keeps the table full. Bye.